Not gonna act like I'm surprised.
Sort of felt like a completely lifeless team for the Indiana Fever.
Another loss for the Indiana Fever to the Minnesota Lynx.
The Indiana Fever got absolutely smacked. It is what it is. This team is drowning in quicksand.
The Indiana Fever are collapsing. Their playoff hopes are slipping.
By the Minnesota Lynx, 97-84.
97-84. This is the only team that can be up 12, 13 points, and I will still be terrified they're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened tonight.
And without Caitlin Clark, this team looks completely lost.
If Caitlin Clark does not make it back immediately, this season is a wrap. No way around it.
Coach Stephanie White is under heavy fire, and fans are demanding answers. If you stand with Caitlin, drop a 100% for Caitlin in the comments.
Caitlin Clark, it looks like she was doing shoot around and some calisthenics and stuff on the court, preparing to come back to practice. That might be the target return right there. And look, they need her because this team is in real jeopardy now.
Without Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever look like a completely different team, and not in a good way. Against the Minnesota Lynx, they looked lifeless from start to finish, falling 97-84 in a game that exposed every weakness on the roster.
Another loss for the Indiana Fever to the Minnesota Lynx, 97-84.
Early on, the Fever managed to stay competitive, but once the Lynx settled in, the offense collapsed. By halftime, the game was already slipping away.
Sort of felt like a completely lifeless team tonight for the Indiana Fever. Felt somewhat like they didn't bother to show up. We didn't have a huge collapse in the third quarter because, well, by the time we got to halftime, they were losing already.
This is exactly why fans are calling Caitlin Clark the heartbeat of Indiana. Without her playmaking, without her ability to stretch the floor, the Fever have no identity.
This is the exact kind of game where you see exactly how badly this team needs Caitlin Clark back if they intend to be competitive.
Instead of running structured sets, the team is forced into isolation basketball, hoping Kelsey Mitchell or Aaliyah Boston can save them. And while Mitchell had a strong 26-point performance, it wasn't enough to cover up the cracks.
Kelsey Mitchell was very good tonight. Controlled, wasn't all over the place, playing all sporadically, and she was all right. 7 for 12, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. She had 26 points.
The standings now tell the full story. Indiana has dropped to 8th place, tied with the Valkyries, and only a step ahead of the Sparks.
They are now 19-18. So the Storm is 20-18, so they're going to move ahead of them in the standings. So we're in 7th. Actually, we're tied with the Valkyries. And I think the Valkyries have beat us both times. So we may be in the we're in eighth place, I think, in the standings after tonight.
Who are charging up behind them. What was once a promising playoff push is now hanging by a thread. If Caitlin Clark doesn't return soon, the Fever could very well miss the postseason entirely.
The playoffs are actually in real jeopardy right now.
This team needs Caitlin Clark to come back in the worst way. Not only if they want to save this, if they want to even play in mid to late September. This isn't a playoff team, what we're watching right now. This isn't a playoff team. This is a Kelsey Mitchell, please save us team.
Erasing all the momentum they built earlier in the season. That's why her absence has become the biggest headline. It's not just that the Fever are losing. It's that without Caitlin Clark, they don't even look competitive. While Caitlin Clark's absence is the biggest factor, Indiana's collapse can't be explained without looking at Coach Stephanie White. Game after game, her rotations and decisions have left fans scratching their heads. Take Aaliyah Boston, for example. She came out dominating the first quarter with 8 quick points in the paint.
Aaliyah Boston playing in the first quarter, 8 points, beasting, dominant, looking like Aaliyah Boston, showing why she's supposed to be on the block.
Any good coach would have kept feeding her until the Lynx adjusted. Instead, Boston was barely given touches the rest of the way, finishing with just 14 points. The exact opposite of what Indiana needed when their offense was sputtering.
After the first quarter, second quarter, she doesn't score. She doesn't even score. Like Stephanie White always rewards people who are doing good with either the bench or taking the ball away from them.
Then there's the mystery surrounding rookie Michaela Timpson. Despite showing energy and production in the minutes she's given, White has buried her on the bench. In the Fever's last outing, Timpson logged just 2 minutes, while veterans like Bree Turner, who added almost nothing on either end, played 12 to 13 minutes.
Where is Michaela Timpson? Back-to-back DNPs for Michaela Timpson against one of the better teams in the league.
Bree Turner was playing like, where's this newfound love for Bree Turner coming from? You haven't played her all season. Now she's getting 13, 14 points.
You gave her 1 minute and 49 seconds, and it was towards the very end of the game for Michaela Timpson. What are we doing? What are we doing, Stephanie White? Exactly. I mean, you gave Bree Turner 12 minutes. She did exactly jack shit.
Fans can't understand how a promising rookie is left to collect dust while struggling players are rewarded.
I think Michaela Timpson is better than Bree Turner. I don't want to hear nothing about defense because Michaela Timpson plays defense and her offense is better. So why is she on the bench?
Even more concerning is the message this sends to the team. Lexi Hull took a hard elbow during the game, but instead of seeing her coach defend her players and demand respect, White stayed passive.
Kayla McBride damn near knocking Lexi Hull's face clean off her neck. Yeah. She gave her a little elbow. Boom. Look at that. My goodness. I mean, good God. This league is wild.
Players thrive when they know their coach has their back. And right now, many fans are asking if this Fever roster truly believes that about Stephanie White.
The elbow Lexi Hull took in this game, my first thought was, are you gonna crash out? Are you gonna crash out, Stephanie White? You gonna pull a Tyler Marsh? You gonna crash out and defend your player out there? Nah, no, let's not do that. Let's not go crazy on behalf of one of our players. Do these players believe their coach has their back? Because I got to be honest with you, I'm sort of yet to see it.
Her offense has become predictable too. When things fall apart, the system turns into what fans call the Kelsey Mitchell Save Us playbook, hoping one star can bail them out while ignoring the rest of the floor. That isn't coaching. That's desperation. It's this combination, questionable rotations, failing to ride the hot hand, and no clear offensive plan, that has left Stephanie White under fire. And the pressure is only growing as Indiana slides further down the standings. The biggest question every Fever fan is asking right now: when will Caitlin Clark return? She was seen walking into the arena, participating in light shoot-arounds and warm-ups, clear signs that she's edging closer to a comeback.
Caitlin Clark, it looks like she was doing shoot-around and some calisthenics and stuff on the court, preparing to come back to practice. That might be the target return right there. And look, they need her because this team is in real jeopardy now.
That alone gave fans a spark of hope, because without her on the court, Indiana doesn't just lose games, they lose their identity. Clark's presence changes everything. Her shooting forces defenses to stretch, her passing opens up looks for Aaliyah Boston, and her leadership gives the Fever a true floor general they desperately need. But here's the problem. Time is running out. The Fever's schedule is brutal. In the coming days, they face the Seattle Storm, the Los Angeles Sparks, and the Golden State Valkyries, 3 direct rivals for the final playoff spots. Every single one of those games is a must-win. Lose them, and Indiana could fall completely out of the postseason picture.
If Caitlin Clark doesn't come back and you look at the schedule, there's only one real win on there, and that's against the Sky. Yikes, this could be a disastrous stretch.
Fans know the truth. Without Caitlin Clark, this team doesn't stand a chance in that stretch. Kelsey Mitchell can score, Aaliyah Boston can dominate in spurts, but without Clark orchestrating the offense, it all unravels. Even worse, White's coaching has given fans little confidence that she can adjust or out-strategize against playoff-caliber opponents. And that raises the long-term question. What is Caitlin Clark's future with this franchise if the Fever don't start protecting her and building properly around her?
If y'all don't want Clark playing, cool, that's what's up. Let her know so she can pack her bags and go.
She's already endured a rough rookie year with injuries, physical play, and constant pressure. If Indiana fails to make the playoffs, despite having one of the most talented young superstars in the game, eyes will shift directly to the coaching staff and front office. Stephanie White may have excuses, injuries, missing players, and tough opponents, but excuses don't matter in professional basketball. What matters is results. And if the Fever miss the postseason, it will be impossible to ignore the fact that White wasted a season with Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, all on the same roster.
I do not want to see Stephanie White coaching Clark next season.
That's why Clark's return is about more than just a boost in scoring. It's about giving this franchise hope, stabilizing the locker room, and forcing the organization to confront hard truths about its leadership. Because if things don't turn around immediately, the Fever's season, and maybe Stephanie White's job, could be over.
Not gonna act like I'm surprised. The Indiana Fever got absolutely smacked today by the Minnesota Lynx, 97-84. It is what it is. This team is drowning in quicksand.
Another loss for the Indiana Fever to the Minnesota Lynx, 97-84. This is the only team that can be up 12, 13 points, and I will still be terrified they're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened tonight.
Sort of felt like a completely lifeless team tonight for the Indiana Fever.
The Indiana Fever are hanging by a thread. Without Caitlin Clark, they look lost. With her, there's still a chance to save this season. But only if the coaching staff can get out of the way and let their stars shine.
Caitlin Clark has been missing in action for about a month now. Now, she did join the team on this trip here. They kind of released this yesterday on their X account, showing them boarding a plane, and their CC is right there. You know, it's unclear if she's going to play. You know what I'm saying? I do want to say that I don't want to start making theories that she's going to play, but she is there in Minnesota.
Now, it's your turn. Do you think Coach Stephanie White should remain in charge if the Fever miss the playoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe Caitlin Clark is the key to Indiana's future, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in for every update here.
If Caitlin Clark does not make it back immediately, this season is a wrap. No way around it.